Hey everyone, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day. First off, a fake email was floating around. An email from the People's Bank of China domain made false claims of a cryptocurrency ban in mainland China and Hong Kong. In an apparent security breach, an email address ending in @pbc.gov.cn, that is peoplesbankofchina.government.china, circulated a message to some U.S. media entities disclosing joint regulatory measures soon to be imposed by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority and the People's Bank of China. So, as it goes, the email said that on February 14th, there will be a meeting in which the government of China will officially go, nope, this is all done. We are officially banning everything. Right after, because this was sent to so many, this was sent to major entities, and of course they have to fact check depending on what's going on. They said, nope, this is not happening. There's no event in the listings for this to ever be happening. And they even found the, I believe, where the email originated from. And the person says that they had no idea this was happening and that they were hacked. Obviously, had this actually gone through, and had this actually, the fact that they were able to copy the government's email address, and had this actually gone through, this would have sent our markets tumbling down. This is why they think that this action could have been a direct attempt to influence markets, and that's exactly what it was. Whether this is actually from the government or someone who was simply trying to buy coins at a lower price, at this point, it's kind of old. We've seen governments do this, and I'm pretty sure everyone's kind of tired of all of this, but this is very, I want to say clever. It's evil, but it's very clever that they would actually do something like this, because everyone's trying to get in at a lower price. But the way that they're doing it, and the way that they know that they can just send this to major news sources, is very scary. Next up, Tim Draper. He was very prominent in the Bitcoin world a couple of years ago. He was one of the people who, I think, the only person actually, who purchased 32,000 Bitcoin in 2014, after the entire Silk Road thing took place and the U.S. government confiscated all the coins and stuff like that. I remember after he purchased all of these coins, there were a lot of people online who were making fun of him, because this was before the prices had started to tick back up. They were saying he was an idiot. The prices were going to go down to zero. He should have just hung the 20 million on his wall, or would have made better, whatever case, whatever they were saying. So he's literally the one laughing now after all these years. But he comes on very strong when he talks about Bitcoin. He thinks that Bitcoin will literally be the only cryptocurrency, or like the only solution as we go forward. He thinks that eventually, he says within 5 years, he said if you go into a Starbucks or a McDonald's and try to buy a burger or coffee with fiat currency, the person at the counter is going to laugh at you. I would not say 5 years. 5 years is a relatively short period. I could see maybe 20 years, but he is going very strong. He used to be a lot more prominent. I guess he's trying to get his face back in the news as well, because he does. He's gotten very rich off of cryptocurrencies over the last couple years. But yeah, it's very interesting that all these people are slowly coming out, and that no one. I find it interesting that after all the 3-4 weeks that we had of bad news when it came to cryptocurrencies, not one person kind of stepped forward. But the moment all the bad news and all the regulations have come forward, this is when everyone's kind of sticking their heads out saying, oh yeah, this is definitely going to work again. As you know, whatever the case may be, I don't know if it was fear or they knew that it was going to happen, but all these people who love Bitcoin are certainly popping back up into the scene. Next up, the Dow Jones and the American stock market and the world stock market, actually, it's slowly slipping down. This is what we've seen the last couple of days. There was a tick back up, but everything is constantly going back down. I'm talking about this because on YouTube, I am subscribed to, I believe, CNBC, CNN, Business Insider, I think Forbes, and one other, I can't remember the exact financial news source. Can't remember the name right now. When cryptocurrencies were falling, they were, how do I say this? The music that was playing on their videos was almost happy. It was like this jovial, like happy spirit. There was a guy, I remember there was somebody, he was talking about how cryptocurrencies were falling, and I guess you should have cashed out a couple of weeks ago. And they had some other guy talking on there, and quite a robust man. He was talking about how he cashed out a long time ago because he saw this coming, and so and so and so. And now that the stock market is falling, if you pay attention to all the traditional news outlets and look at what they're saying, it's almost very somber. They're talking about, oh, this won't last for a long time. This is definitely, we're not the cryptocurrency markets. Like, we'll definitely bounce back from this. But this has kind of been a long time coming. A lot of people have been talking about this pullback in stocks for quite some time. So pay attention, like I always say, to pay attention to how people talk to one another and how they say things on the news. There's a reason why when cryptocurrencies were falling, they were all smiling and happy. And as the stocks are going down, they're almost like babying people. They're telling them, this will be okay. This was expected to happen. We've seen reports that, things may have been a bit too hot in the market, but don't worry. It's very, very odd that all of this is I'm sure these people are also invested in stocks and they've convinced themselves that cryptocurrencies are fraud. So as the stock market has pulled back, cryptocurrencies haven't, which was what we've been waiting for. We don't know if cryptocurrencies will shoot up, but the point is that when this dip happened, everyone was afraid that it would also drag cryptocurrencies down with it. It would be just a market of fear. Cryptocurrencies are holding strong for the moment. And what I think that we need is some type of good news. Usually good news propels our market forward. So if we can separate ourselves from traditional stocks in any way at this point, I think we will be doing very well, because I think Japan and I want to say Germany's stock market as well. There's a couple of other ones around the world. They're also slipping right now as well because of the fear of the American market. But not to stick on that for too long. The Winklevoss twins are once again in the news. They make sure that they do not leave and will never leave from our news. They think that Bitcoin has the potential to grow 30-fold within the next 10 to 20 years. To be fair, these guys do hold, I believe, that we know about. I think they own around 200,000 Bitcoin or something like that. I know they're famous for having purchased 110,000, and then when that Bitcoin hit $10, I think they doubled up. But they think that Bitcoin will definitely be around for another 10 to 20 years, and that's a very interesting number because a lot of people have been predicting that around 5 to 10 years is when cryptocurrencies will kind of not slide out of favor, but this is when the market they will get too hot. And this is when analysts have said that the government may start to step in. So the fact that they're saying 20 years from now these will still be going strong is very interesting. They're also one of the other people who also predict the 50,000 by the end of this year. These guys have become very, very rich off of cryptocurrencies, and they're noted that they are still buying more of every single coin that's out there. So let's see how true that prediction is. I mean, I don't know if I'll still be doing this channel in 20 years, but I'll make a video in 20 years. We'll see if they were correct. Last up, you guys know about CryptoKitties. This is a new game, a new DApp coming out that has, this week was actually the most popular DApp on the Ethereum network. It even beat out CryptoKitties. Etherbots, I am not affiliated with them. I'm not being paid by these people. This is not a promotional thing. First of all, I like robots. I thought that was kind of cool. They are, if you've used CryptoKitties before, it's literally like it's just photos of cats kind of just sitting there, and they don't really do much, and people trade them. And not talking down about CryptoKitties in any way, but the fact that this is moving is even kind of cool. Whatever the case might be, this is looking to become something major because apparently you are able to fight other people around the world with your robots. You can upgrade them. You can do all these other things. There's a golden unicorn that is apparently really special. But this is catching on very, very quick, and I'm actually really happy that this is coming out because these are the types of things that draw people into the crypto sphere, because you have to buy in with cryptocurrencies for these things. This hasn't even launched yet, and they've already received, I think, millions of dollars worth of Ethereum for this. And so there's a pre-sale of 3,900 robots, and as you are buying them, I think they become more expensive as time goes on. I don't know if you guys will be into this. I think it's really interesting. I like video games, and this is something that will only, there were so many people who got into Ethereum and cryptocurrencies in general because of CryptoKitties. So this just takes a whole nother market that they're trying to drag in. Yeah, not to drag this on, but I think this is very cool. This was dominating Ethereum this week. Think about that. This one game was taking over the market. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens as we get more of these games and more copies of these and other things coming out. All right, guys. that is going to do it for this video, not to drag on with EtherBots. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys don't pay attention to any type of fake news that may come out. Prices are still up. Thank goodness. Yeah, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.